In the center of Taiwan's top university, a tilted black stone box stands quietly. It's a memorial for Chen Wen-chen, a former mathematics professor and democracy advocate living in Pittsburgh, who on his first summer break back in his homeland in years, met a tragic fate.
他是一个很单纯的人，他去美国之前，他没有特殊的政治倾向，没有说我是要台独的，我是要统的，都没有。他只是在努力读书。
Taiwan was under martial law at the time, and it was known in the overseas Taiwanese community that the government had spies abroad to snuff out any dissent. And Chen was involved with the Taiwan, or outside the party movement, on the government's watch list because of his help in transferring funds to the pro-democracy Formosa magazine.
But I think when he went to America, he has shared many new knowledge or new way of thinking. So he starts recognize that under this kind of government is not so reliable.
Being part of the Taiwan movement during martial law was dangerous. Those seen as opposing the government could be jailed, tortured, or killed. But when state police came knocking on Chen's door just 2 months after he returned to Taiwan, his family thought he might just be questioned and then released, as he was waiting for an exit permit to return to the U.S.
He's not such a big guy in America. In the independent society, he's do not have any function. So he thought he should be always all right.
Chen's body was discovered on the morning of July 3, 1981, hours after state police said they released him from questioning. The official investigation originally said Chen committed suicide, falling from the 5th floor of this building out of fear of being punished for his unlawful activities. But friends questioned why the 31-year-old Carnegie Mellon professor with a wife and 1-year-old son who had been planning on heading back to the U.S. would leave all that behind. Investigators later claimed Chen's death could have been accidental. But the mystery surrounding Chen's fatal visit resonated overseas, with university officials asking Taiwan's government for a thorough investigation, drawing attention to Taiwan's complicated political situation and making headlines across America. Years after Chen's death in 1987, Taiwan officially lifted martial law, and in 1996, it held its first direct presidential election, marking a milestone in its transition to democracy. Slowly, stories of government injustice from the period that had been known as White Terror began to emerge. This 2009 movie about a CIA agent sent to assist Taiwan's investigation into an American professor's death in Taipei once again brought unsolved tragedies like Chen's story to global attention.
At that time, you have to remember, so what are we? We're 2 decades out of martial law at this point, right? 21 years. And still yet, there's still a reticence about talking about the past, particularly that part of the Taiwanese past, the White Terror period.
Screening to audiences in the U.S., Taiwan, and now distributed in 40 countries around the world, Tiao says the film resonates with viewers who have felt the shared struggle against oppression in their countries.
If you don't remember your history, you are destined to remember. And I think that what Taiwan does, it's not easy, right? The ramifications of what happened in the past still has effects to this day. And we know that, right? But the fact that the Taiwanese are willing to face it, that takes courage.
In 2020, the Transitional Justice Commission said Chen was likely killed by state police, but nobody has ever been charged. 45 years since Chen's death and nearly 4 decades since the end of martial law, his story and others like it still remain unresolved. But reminders like these across Taiwan ensure that their stories will not be forgotten. Ryan Wu and Tiffany Wong in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.